Hi everyone, and welcome. This is a video to help you understand the 30-day program that I've got online that is free. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. So if you feel stuck right now, need something to shift, not sure what to do or how, and maybe you do know what to do or what helps, like journaling, movement, mindset work, but you just can't seem to get going or stay consistent, or even great at starting and life gets busy, you miss a few days and then momentum disappears. Or maybe it's your first time ever exploring personal development and you're curious but unsure where to begin. So wherever you are, I want you to know that you're in exactly the right place. So for this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about these common areas in this issue of getting stuck, don't know where I'm going, not happy about life. What do I do? Regardless of whether we work together or not. Okay. And then you can tap into, I've got a level 1 program for those that are really new to personal development. And it all combines, it's a bit of spirituality, a bit of psychology, brain research, just to connect you with yourself. And it's got journaling prompts, and the same in level 2. Level 2 just goes deeper for people who are a little, aware of personal development, maybe been to some workshops, maybe familiar with some of the language that I'm using. And then the level 3 is for those who are consistently taking deep dives. So I have a Kickstarter program of 3 sessions with the link below if you want to just book 3 sessions or a 2 hour breakthrough session. And that's it. You can sign up for that and then you don't have to sign up again, or you can work with me afterwards. But I want to get people aware of what's available, where they're at, teach you how to work out where are you at, and you audit and analyze your own situation from wider lenses so you can make better choices that work for you. Okay, so maybe you have tried many times and tried to start again, or tired of thinking I should know better by now, or overwhelmed by all the advice out there, and I certainly do get overwhelmed every so often, or craving a simpler way forward. So maybe you're just quietly excited because you followed my work for a while and you think, I've been to Mel's festival, a workshop, or even online, and it's just something about Mel and what she does that resonates. But like I've said on previous videos, I've covered psychopathology, psychology, therapeutic models, and I've met and worked with, I might do some data analysis one day, but I think thousands of people. Just in my first couple of years, I'd worked with hundreds. And then when I started working in schools, 3 days a week on average, working with schools and family, 8 sessions a day, 24 a week, 24 times 56. That's a fair few clients per year. When I started running services, we had 600 to 800 referrals a year, and I was assessing pretty much every family and adult that came through that service. So I've worked with a lot of people, seen a lot of patterns, and seen how people move from feeling overwhelmed, burnt out, in crises, and start to feel more in control, get a sense of hope, and then start to put things in place to prevent them tipping over again, and to start feeling like actually life could start to feel different or better. And that's what I'm about. That's why I'm doing a lot of the videos I do. I do my camper van adventures and exploits because that's what lights me up. That's what makes me feel good. I love traveling. I love meeting people. I like finding random places and even taking detours. And that's what makes me feel good. So I'm about helping people do what makes them feel good. Yours might not be that. Yours might be something completely different. But I know that nature is very healing anyway, and a lot of people are seeking more and more now, more nature. So the 30-day series, which I ran in July, and it's currently running at the moment, and will be running next month, will then stay on the YouTube page, but I'm looking at other platforms as well, because it's like the entry series for you to start looking at topics. And you can start with the introduction and then the first couple of days, and then you can choose the topics as long as you do them for 30 days, because the whole idea is setting up momentum and consistently doing something and committing to yourself to do things that are going to help shift you. And at the same time, I do a pre and post workshop, so you can look at things like, where do you get stuck, what gets in the way, that kind of thing. Because we all do. I've been around this cycle many times. So the 30 days of reflection, mindset tools, soulful prompts, and honest conversation in those videos. On average, they're 5 to 10 minutes, nothing heavy. They're just designed to land. And you can go deeper with every video, because I also put a recommended book and a song on there, because music lights us up. And when we connect with the words of the song, that's also a very healing process. So I love using music. And if anyone gets back to me and say, actually, recommend that song too on that video, that'd be great. It'd be great to interact with people and their ideas too of how we can build on this. So you'll hear things like, you know, how we reclaim our empowerment, what empowerment means, how we become more confident, managing energy vampires, you know, there's different ways of labeling that. And the kind of things, activities within that that sets us up and creates joy. So every video has a topic, a mental health tip, a little bit of research about that, because I like to show that actually there's a lot of research out there that proves that this stuff works when you apply it, and some journal prompts. And usually there's about 4. You don't have to do 4, you can do 2. And then, like I said, a pre-series and post-series workshop. So just a little bit about me. I've lived through many turning points, and I was thinking about Bowie last week, and clearly my life is nothing like Bowie's, but he not resurrected, he reinvented himself several times. And I was thinking about these different life phases and chapters I've gone through, and what I've explored and learned in those different chapters. So sort of 0 to 18, I was growing up in an environment where I've talked in other videos. It was a bit of a Lowry picture. If you're not used to Lowry, look him up online. He's a UK artist, I think came more renowned after his death. Was painted what I was associated with as drab and melancholic pictures. And my mum had her own sort of challenges. And so a lot of this was around safety and identity, and being a shy kid and trying to just, you know, manage life, a quiet household. And not much, we didn't have much money, so there weren't much opportunities to go out and explore. Although my mum did love exploring places. So eventually, as we got older, we started going to more places. And then exploring freedom, getting on the road and working in hotels. And then I became a mum. I think I was about 23 when I had my first child, and then my second child, I think 27, and then started studying. So I've gone through these, and I'm going to talk about it more when I write a book and in other videos. I've gone through many different things in each of those chapters, and some of them really, really challenging. But to go into the depth of that in this video is just almost impossible. So life isn't linear, and it doesn't come with a clear map. And I certainly didn't have a map. And I've had conversations with people who also say the same. And if you come from a family where there's some level of chaos, adversity, what do we used to call them in you know, there used to be sort of ideas around the way different families, dysfunctional, that was the word I was looking for. If you come from some level of dysfunction, that's what you know, and then you're trying to carve your own life and do things. So it's not linear, we don't have a map, but we have an aspiration to be a better parent, or to do things that our parents couldn't do, or access things they didn't have access to. So it's recognizing what's working in your life now, what isn't working, the cost of staying the same, like low energy, low confidence, hidden resentment, disconnection from joy, and the kind of things that build up when you remain in that state too long, and then how you can gently experiment with new ways of being. So we ask questions like, you know, how do you create your own soul map even? You know, I've gone from sofa to a soul-led, you know, existence. And what are you chasing? What are the kind of messages you've still got that are part of all of this for you? So like I said, if you tried personal development before but struggle to stay consistent or feel like you're starting over, you know, this is just a human grounded approach that comes from my 25 years of working in mindset work, therapy, coaching, energy work, running services, dealing with hundreds, if not thousands of people, and those life phases I've been through. And every video has, like I said, it'll have, I use the Oracle because Oracle reminds me of art therapy, that there are imagery and we connect with imagery and it means something. So I use the Oracle because they're often positive statements. That's like positive mantras. There's journal prompts and there's ways to check in. So you can sign up to the 30-day program and just watch the videos. And if you have a particular time of the day, it's good to do that. It's good to create that space, that temple for yourself in a way, and where you listen to the video, you get your notebook out, and then you start to write whatever comes to you. And if you do that every day, at the end of the week on a Saturday or a Sunday, look back at what you wrote and then carry on and see what you notice. And then practice any of the other things that I've taught on the other videos about how to get you back self back in a calm state and all that. And you can do that without us even ever having to come into contact. But as my sort of YouTube grows and the other platforms that I'm looking at working on grows, I'll also be having these pre and post workshops where you can sign up for the workshop you do before the 30 days or during the 30 days and the workshop afterwards. And it helps you solidify some of your ideas and validates your experiences and helps you then work out, okay, what next? Now, I've got a couple of clients who are actually doing the 30 days twice, and it's really fascinating to see when you do the same thing twice. So rather than going out and getting another course, and like I said, it's free, so now you go into a deeper learning about yourself. And I do add links from other people, like if we're looking at neuroscience, I might put Andrew Huberman. If we're looking at deeper, darker debates on identity, for example, I might use Jordan Peterson, as well as the things I've wrote about that. And I will be writing more about that because that's come up in my Wales trip around nationality, identity, race, culture difference, class, working class, upper class, and why that's became a thing on my Wales trip. Anyway, this is about the 30 days. So it's ask yourself these prompts, okay, so that you can tune into your inner yes. Where in your life right now do you feel stuck, blocked, or unsure? And what do you quietly wish was different? Be honest, no pressure. Number two, what part is calling me out for a change, clarity, or more? So where are you sick of things and you think, oh God, I really don't want to live here anymore or do that job anymore? Three, what you're craving more of: energy, peace, purpose, creativity, confidence. What you're craving more. So how can we build that into your program, whatever you're craving? And if you said yes to the 30-day journey, what shift might you make by the end of it? What do you think you'll make? And do you feel safe and inspired by this approach? If so, do you trust that you'll be supported even when it gets uncomfortable? Now, like I said, you can watch the videos and do that and then contact me in 6 months' time. Contact me now and we set up a 1, 2, or 3 session meeting, one-to-one, and get you moving forward and teach you how to use the program and how to audit and do all of that. So thanks for listening. Hope you've liked this video. I've tried to keep some of them shorter and get to the sort of key aspects of that. So yeah, good luck with that. Let us know how you get on. Send me an email, mailgbb555, to let me know what you thought about any of your experience before you do the 30-day and after you do that.